is now my privilege to introduce the principal of Hillcrest Middle School, Mrs. Rosemary Seaman.
Thank you, Michael. Just a bit of clarification. We have two Garys in central office. One is Dr. Gary Chalfie, who we have here this evening, who is the assistant superintendent of the Trumbull Public Schools. And we thought we were going to have Gary Kunshaft, who is the director of curriculum, but I believe Gary's over on the other side of town presiding over the Madison Middle School's National Junior Honor Society induction. So we get confused when we talk Garys. We're not certain who's here, but nevertheless, I wanted to recognize our assistant superintendent of schools. This evening really is one of my personal favorites. It's a time for us as a community of learners, and teachers really are a community of learners, to come together and to bestow a very, very special recognition on our youngest members, our youngest learners in our community, and that's our students who we are recognizing this evening. As you heard tonight, we inducted 64 young men and women into our chapter here at Hillcrest, and they have really, truly earned the right to join our society's chapter and the long legacy of students. When we founded our chapter back in 1992, and we had our first induction ceremony in the spring of 1993. So you follow that long legacy of past students who were pioneering students for us. It was a beginning for us to take a look at scholarship and service and leadership, and so we're very proud to add you to that list. And more importantly, when you think all the way back, you're joining, as Dr. Chalfie had mentioned, those pioneering students who really founded the society in 1921. And they were pledging at that time to try to preserve, encourage, and stimulate academic pursuits, academic achievement, and to practice scholarship, character, service, leadership, and citizenship. We had, as Dr. Chalfie mentioned, our faculty council very carefully checked each of the applications that the students had completed, and we wanted to make sure that they met those very rigorous criteria that the society holds for every charter membership, and we are the charter membership for every membership. And so the students seated before you have all earned a 3.85 or better academic average, and that's very impressive, just saying that alone. But in addition to that, and this is the part I really like, in their applications, this is what these students before you have been doing in addition to their homework. They have participated in all the sports and other activities that we offer here at Hillcrest, as well as receiving recognitions in numerous areas outside of the classroom environment. For example, they have participated in community activities. They've been involved in Boy and Girl Scout activities, in numerous activities sponsored by their various religious affiliations. In addition, some of our inductees have either volunteered or raised money, as we mentioned, for Swim Across the Sound, St. Vincent's Holiday Concert, cared for the elderly, helped with the Trumbull Mall Art Show, the AIDS Walk, the Breast Cancer Walk, the MS Walk, the Relay for Life, Special Olympics, prepared food baskets for the Bridgeport Rescue Mission. Someone was even a junior campaign staffer for the presidential election, community cleanup, caroling at various nursing homes, the Pumpkin Run, preschool holiday party, Toys for Tots, Pinewood Lake Beach cleanup, library volunteers, dog walking, teaching dancing lessons at the McGivney Center, the Trumbull Arts Festival, Nichols Kids Care, American Heart Association, Keep Connecticut Cool, the Homeless Center volunteers, Odyssey of the Mind, the Walk for Autism, running a lemonade stand for the American Cancer Society, Haunted House, Irish Festival, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and some have even helped out at the Fairfield Police Department. Our National Junior Honor Society members this year have given in so many ways, and they were still able, as I mentioned, to maintain that very high grade point average. That really is impressive, and we are very proud to add each and every one of your names to our list. in our society's book. We do believe that today's students are our greatest nation's resource and that you are leaders for the 21st century. We have confidence in each of you and your boundless spirit and your energy, and we look forward to what your presence in our chapter is going to bring to our school next year. I too want to acknowledge and thank the members of our faculty council who screened all of our applications: Mrs. Benedoso, Mr. Demarest, Mrs. Golden, Mrs. Flato, Ms. Lortano, Mrs. Winchell, and of course Mr. Pitzler, our advisor. And although he's not here, I do want to mention, as Mrs. Nappy had mentioned just a little bit of it, that it was, and Dr. Chalky did too, that it was his wife, Kathy Pitzler, who had decided early on that we needed, as a middle school, in addition to looking at nurturing and caring for our students, we needed to still celebrate the academic achievement and to make that a priority in our school. And I'm so very proud of her. And that when Kathy retired, her husband Bob decided that he'd move over into the driver's seat. And so together, they have both very responsibly guided our chapters for these past 17 years. And so our Hillcrest community really thanks both Bob and Kathy for their time and effort in personally making sure that as a learning community, we have continued to strive for excellence. Thank you, Mrs. Winchell, and our Hillcrest Pops for performing this evening. And I say this every year, your playing and your talents have really gave us a very dignified evening. So we thank you for that this evening. Inspire Cafeteria setting. And lastly, but certainly not the least, I want to express our sincere gratitude and thanks to our 2008-2009 National Junior Honor Society student officers. And please stand. We have President Michael Citillo, we have Vice President Gabby Gatzrock, Secretary Grace Forrester, and Treasurer Van Harris. Thank you all. It truly was under their leadership that we have very successfully been able to lead our entire school to contribute positively, both in school and in the community. And so we are thankful that they were at the helm and you led our society this year. Thank you on behalf of the entire faculty, Mrs. Knapp and myself. We offer our congratulations to our newest members, and also thanks to your parents and your families, because they do support you in all of your endeavors. Thank you, everyone.
On behalf of all the members of the National Junior Honor Society, I congratulate the inductees and wish them a successful year. As part of our responsibility to provide service to the school where needed, this year's members helped set up for career night and also helped serve as guides for the presenters on career night. Of course, our major fundraiser was the penny war. When the last penny was counted this year, we had over $2,000 to donate to the Hillcrest Endowment Fund at the Swim Across the Sound Foundation. This brings the total our chapter has raised for this fund, which is used to support troubled children who have cancer, to $110,000. Now we, the class of 2009, challenge you, the class of 2010, to beat that total next year, and in doing so, help troubled children with cancer have a healthy life. I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight. I would also like to thank the cafeteria staff for making the excellent cakes. After all the members and inductees have filed out, we invite you all to have some refreshments in the lobby. Will all members please stand?